thought maybe, just maybe, a robot could do a better job than your boss? It sounds a little wild, right? Like something out of a movie. But for a lot of people, it's a reality they'd actually prefer. Today, we're diving deep into the AI revolution that's shaking up HR and what it all really means for the way we work. So let's start with just one number, 64%. Just let that hang in the air for a second. Think about what that could possibly mean inside an office. It's a huge number, and it points to a massive, massive shift in how we think about our jobs and our managers. Yeah, you heard that right. 64% of people would trust a robot more than their own human manager. And get this, it's not just some abstract idea. Half of those people have already gone to AI for advice instead of talking to their boss. This isn't just about cool new tech. This is about a serious crisis of trust in the modern workplace. Which, of course, brings us to the big question. Why? Why on earth are so many people apparently ready to swap their human boss for an algorithm? Well, we're about to dig into the trust deficit that's sitting right at the heart of all this. Okay, so now that we've got a handle on the problem, this huge lack of trust, let's talk about the proposed solution. What exactly are we talking about when we say HR AI? Let's break it down. First up is the big one, the term you hear everywhere, artificial intelligence, or AI. This is really just the giant umbrella term for making machines smart, giving them the ability to do things that normally require a human brain, like learning new things, reasoning through problems, and finding solutions. Now, underneath that big AI umbrella, there's a super powerful tool called machine learning, or ML. And this is where things get really fascinating. See, instead of programming a computer for every single little task, ML systems actually learn from data. The more data they process, the smarter and more accurate they get, all on their own. So we've got this incredible, powerful technology, but what does it actually do for an HR department? How does it help turn what's often an admin-heavy team into a real strategic force for a company? The short answer is, it does a ton. AI is starting to pop up in basically every part of the employee experience. Take talent acquisition, for example. An AI can sift through thousands of resumes in just a few seconds to find the absolute best fit. And it might even spot some hidden gems that a person could easily overlook. But really, the ultimate goal here is to completely shift the focus of HR. By automating all the tedious paperwork and repetitive tasks, AI frees up HR professionals to do what they're best at, focusing on the people. That means more time for big picture strategy, for building an amazing company culture, and for creating truly personalized career paths for every employee. But, okay, let's be real, it's not all sunshine and perfectly efficient algorithms. To get the full picture, we absolutely have to talk about the potential dark side of AI. For all of its incredible promise, AI brings some very real risks to the table. We're talking about things like biased algorithms that can make deeply unfair decisions. There are also huge questions about employee privacy, and then there's just the basic human fact that people don't always like big changes.
Let's just zoom in on that first point, bias, because it is a huge one. If you train an AI system on biased data from the past, say hiring decisions from 20 years ago, it won't just learn that bias. No, it will amplify it. It'll supercharge it. And you can end up creating a system that automatically and efficiently just repeats the same mistakes over and over again.
Which brings us to the billion-dollar question that every company leader is wrestling with right now. How do we get all the incredible benefits of AI without falling into these very serious traps? So what is the answer? Well, it's not about choosing between robots and humans. It's about figuring out how they can work together, how to get the best of both worlds. The most important thing to remember here is that AI is a tool. It's a powerful one for sure, but it's not a replacement for real human connection. So, for instance, an AI might analyze data and flag that an employee seems disengaged, but it's the human manager who has to sit down, have an empathetic conversation, and actually offer that support. So, how do you actually get started? Well, here's a pretty simple 5-step roadmap to adopt AI the right way with a human-first approach. First, figure out what your biggest headaches are. Then, find the tools that can actually help solve them. And, this is key, make sure your teams are trained to use them. The trick is to start small, maybe with a pilot program, and then measure your results and adjust as you go.
At the end of the day, this whole thing is really about working smarter, not just harder. It's about using AI as a lever to free up your people to focus on the things that truly matter, thinking strategically, driving innovation, and, most importantly, creating a workplace where people genuinely want to be. So as we wrap this up, just remember this one thing. The future of work isn't going to be a choice between technology and humanity. It's going to be about combining them. And the real question for all of us is, how are you going to bring them together?